lovely ladies, how are we doing? Welcome to my live today. And we've got a great one today all about, oh my God, I'm a bit lopsided there, aren't I? Let me put you back in the central line there. I've changed my phone and I've realised that I can only do it portrait now, whereas I used to always do them sort of landscape. So hope you can all see me okay. And yes, let's do today's session all about visualization. Hey lovely Gloria, hope you are really well. Please join in if you are here live, or do hashtag replay if you're catching up on replay today. This one is a great one because, you know, visualization is something I'm very, very passionate about. Obviously, you know, I'm an NLP trainer, and I do lots of sort of motivational speaking as well. Good morning, Jane. How are you doing? Visualization is one of those really powerful tools that we can use to manifest our dreams and live the life that we kind of want to live. But often we find that it's the one that we can often most struggle with. It's a really magical tool, and I've used it a lot in the last few years, and it's dramatically changed my life in the last few years. But the one thing that people say to me is that they just can't visualize, they just can't picture their desires, and then they actually give up on it. And actually I was thinking, you know, now we're kind of coming up to summer, we're in that midway bit, aren't we? And if you're in the UK, the weather has been awful for the last few weeks, so we can often find that our desires get a little bit dampened. You know, the reality bit sets in and the doubt comes to the surface, and you know, it's one of those that can send us into our, you know, feel a little bit down in the dumps. And yet actually, if you spend just a couple of minutes visualizing, it can really transform your life. I know for me, I do it every morning. I set my intention for the day. How do I want to act? What do I want to feel? How do I want my day to pan out? It takes a couple of minutes at the most. It's something I've done in my programs as well, in my Mega Success, in my mastermind, in my NLP trainings. We do it in there too. You know, and I do it, like I said, I do it every single day so that I've got my day panned out. Yeah, oh, yours is sunny today. We're still a bit grey today, I'm afraid, Jane, to be honest. We're waiting for the sunshine to come on Saturday because we're out at the races on Saturday. So we want the sunshine then. Okay, so I know that for me, one of the issues that I see people coming up with is that they let the doubt and the fear take over. So it dampens down their desires. So again, you know, if I ever feel like that, because we all have off days, don't we, then actually this is a technique that gets you to, brings you back to how do you want to act and how do you want to feel instead. Now, often people talk about, you know, I'll believe it when I see it. And actually the opposite is true. You actually have to see it, then I believe it. You know, you've got to have it in your mind first. Of, you know, I can see it happening, I'll see it when I believe it. So your dreams then become your beliefs, and they become your reality. So we have to start seeing the life that we want with the belief that we then can do it. We have to picture ourselves doing the thing that we desire, so we're bringing the future into the now. And successful people use visualization all the time. In fact, Mel Robbins is a great one for visualization, as is Tony Robbins, all of those sort of people, to bring your dreams into a reality. And it really is simply at its core, creating a mental image of a future event. And when we visualize our desired outcome, we begin to then see the possibility of achieving it. And it's backed up by science. So again, as you know, with me being an NLP trainer, I'm very much curious to know how the mind actually works. That's what we talk about in NLP, how the mind actually works. And So the science bit, really, there's surprisingly little difference between actually experiencing an event and a strongly imagined vision of the same event. There's little difference. It's been known for a very long time that the mind can't tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined. So for all it cares, what your mind cares, your entire reality is just one made up figment of your imagination. Isn't that a bizarre thought? Everything we've got inside is something that we've imagined. And, you know, it will respond to the thoughts, the images, and the feelings that you give to it. And the more you actually visualize, the more our brain plays it over and over, forming those new neural pathways, and it becomes a memory. So when you actually imagine something vividly, i.e. you visualize it, you're actually training your brain. You're changing the biochemistry of your brain and recording whatever you are visualizing as an actual memory. How exciting is that, to know that? So this means that when you imagine something vividly and with emotion, you're changing the chemistry in your brain as though the experience was real, and your mind then records it as that real memory. Isn't that mind-blowing? Now, the point of all of this is, you know, we create these new neural pathways as well, and our bodies, it primes our bodies to act in a way consistent to what we've imagined, and all of this occurs without actually performing the physical activity, yet it gets the same result. Again, there was lots of research that has been done on it, and they actually did an experiment where it was actually some basketball players, and they've done it with the piano as well, that actually they have testing groups, and those that are actually shooting the net or playing the piano, and then those that actually imagine themselves doing the same thing, there's very little difference between the results, which is like mind-blowing, isn't it? I told you there was going to be some science behind it all today. And that's the great thing about NLP, is it gives you the evidence to back up those mindset changes. So if you're ever curious about, well, why do I do what I do? Then that's what NLP does for you. And there's also a growing body of research that shows when you visualize improving your health, for instance, your body moves towards health. So when you imagine yourself living your dream, your brain processes as if it's happening now, which is just fantastic. Now, leaders, athletes, they all do it. Oprah Winfrey is definitely somebody that really, really wants to do. Always does stuff like that. But we've actually lost touch, haven't we, with allowing ourselves to dream. You know, as children, we loved imagining. But now life gets in the way, doesn't it? We talk about, that sort of the daily grind that we've got, and we convince ourselves that we just can't do it. So we've got a little test for you now. We're all going to do something now. Make sure that you're actually you're not driving or something now, because I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. So we're going to just have a go at this, and I'm just going to show you how easy visualization actually is. So this is a fabulous trick for you. So what I want you to do, I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to imagine that you're in your kitchen, and on your kitchen worktop there's a beautiful wooden cutting board there, and on top of that board sits a bright yellow lemon. And you notice its colour, it's a really vibrant yellow. You notice its size, its shape. And you reach out and you pick up that lemon, noticing how it feels to your touch. The skin is smooth and slightly bumpy too. You may also see the end of the lemon where it was attached to the tree first. And then next to the cutting board, you see a sharp kitchen knife. You're going to put the lemon back on the cutting board, and you're going to carefully pick up the knife with your dominant hand. And you're, holding the lemon steady with your other hand, you're going to cut the lemon in half. And as you do this, you actually feel the knife slicing through the fruit. And it falls open, revealing all the pulp inside of it. You see that fresh white pulp and perhaps some seeds inside. And drops of the juice have spilled out onto the cutting board. Now you take half of that lemon and you cut it in half, cut it again, making a quarter-size slice. You're then going to put the knife down as all of the juice of that lemon is running over the sides of that quarter as you bring the lemon up to your nose. And as you do that, you are aware of how sharp that fresh citrus scent is filling your nose. And then you're going to touch the lemon to your lips, noticing those sensations. And now you're going to open your mouth and you're going to bite into that lemon. Okay. Right. So we can all do it. There's visualization for you. What sensations did you have when you bit into that lemon? So we've actually just got to get rid of, we've got to let go of the thoughts that we can't do this process. And then I'm going to show you now how we can actually use it to manifest our dreams. So you've got to just let go and open yourself up to your possibilities, because the only way to predict your future is to create it. So I'm going to talk you through using your imagination to create your life the way you want it. And there's nothing at all new or strange or unusual about this process. And in fact, you've been using it every single day anyway. We are manifesting all the time, positive or negative. So that universe, it doesn't care whether your manifesting is accidental or on purpose, because it just simply responds to the energy that you emit. Because have you ever noticed when you're feeling good, more good happens, and when you're feeling not so good, or you've got worry or lack or something coming in, the universe responds to that energy as well. So therefore, to manifest what we really want, we need to be intentional. So this is where the creative visualization comes in. And there's two things that you must do when it comes to visualization. The first thing's, you've got to close your eyes. I know it sounds a little bit weird, but you've got to close your eyes. And when you close your eyes, you've then got to imagine exactly what you want in your mind with a specific picture. And the more vividly you can imagine that scene, the better it will be recorded in your mind as that memory even. And you need to use all your senses. What will you see? What will you hear? What will you feel? Even your smell and your taste, if it makes your vision more compelling. Again, remember the lemon. And you're marrying the specific, you're marrying that specific, you're training your brain to have that totally different filter with that. And the feeling bit is really, really important. It's the most important bit about the habit. So you've always got to incorporate those strong positive emotions. This is really key. Without strong emotion, the event you visualise, it won't seem real enough to be recorded as a memory. So you've got to get the feeling. It's the same with money. I do a lot of money mindset work. And, if money is your goal, it's not the actual money that will make you happy. It's the feeling that it will give you, or, what it will allow you to do. So if you've got $1 million in the bank but felt miserable, are you really wealthy? So you've got to make sure that your goal, your desires, are in alignment with your feelings. Okay? Remember as well, this is the biggest trick as well for turning your goals into reality. It's tricking your brain by making that unknown known. So fear and anxiety come from a negative anticipation of future events, of something unknown. So if you can vividly imagine and visualize a future situation, and we know now that your mind will record it as that real memory, then that situation suddenly becomes known. It's something you've already experienced. So it can really allow you to reduce anxiety and insecurity. You know, you'll be really confident in your ability to go through that situation because you've already done it before in your mind, you know, as that, you know, because your mind will see it as that. And it's, you know, it's proven that simply visualizing doing those things actually develops the skill anyway to do it. So, okay, what you're going to do then, to do all of this, you're going to be sitting comfortably, and remember, you're going to be closing your eyes. Again, if you're driving and you can't do this, maybe you want to come back to it later. So whatever you want to create now, you're going to bring a picture up in your mind. Okay, so you're closing your mind, you're going to bring that specific picture of whatever it is that you want to do. And you know, who do you want to be? So not just what you want, who is it that you want to be? And know that that person is already inside of you. So whatever you want to create, see yourself doing it and picture it in great detail. And be as specific as possible. Remember, it's you that's creating this. So the more you elaborate on that visualization, the more powerful it becomes. So be as specific as possible. And then you're letting all your senses come alive here. Have them come alive. What is it you see, hear, feel, smell, taste? Who else is with you? And have that picture explode in front of you now. So it's bigger, it's brighter, it's more focused. Maybe it's panoramic and it takes up the whole of your vision. So really experience it now as if you're there right now. And remember, the secret to visualization is to feel it. So feel the feeling of being there right now. The more intensely we create the feeling, the more easily it will come to you. So if, for instance, and I did this with a client yesterday, and her vision was sitting on a beach with the peace and the quiet. So you know, all she could hear was the lapping of the waves. All she could feel there was the warm sun on her face and the sand between her toes. So really step into that as if you're there right now. And again, for people that struggle to visualize the picture, again, get in touch with the feeling. And when you are visualizing it, you are picturing everything going successfully, going beautifully, exactly as you want it. You know, it really is safe to unleash your imagination in this way. And you can feel really good about doing it. And then you're going to trust and know that everything is available to you and will come to you in that perfect order. And if a negative thought pops up, just acknowledge it, thank it, and just return to the visualization that you want to create. And again, if it's challenging for you to visualize your deepest dreams and desires coming true, visualize yourself taking the next bit of right action. So for example, if your desire is to land your dream job, you may not, you know, you don't have to picture yourself in the corner right, you know, office right now. Just, it might be about, you know, imagine reviewing your CV and pressing the sender on some applications and feeling calm and confident that you've got it. Or if you're, you know, want to be in a relationship, imagine joining people, a club to meet people, for instance. And when you have pictured in detail what it is that you want, let your visualization take over emotionally for you, so you can feel a genuine connection to what you're feeling. You know, get really comfortable, play some music and relax completely into the process if that helps you. And deep breathing as you're doing it, so breathing in and breathing out. And just let your mind wander, you know, really see yourself in what you desire Allow yourself to dream big and open yourself up to these limitless possibilities. You know, that happiness, that joy, the abundance. And just let that feeling take over. That's what truly manifesting your desire is, and allows it to bring it into the physical for you. And again, if your mind just wanders off, just gently come back to what it was you were visualizing. Give yourself permission to truly and fully feel what you want, as if it's already there. And then a great addition to this is then to just start writing. Once you've done that process, you're going to write my desires at the top of the page, and then after that process you're going to just free write. You're literally going to write whatever comes up now after you've just done that process. And let the inner belief set in that you know that it's possible for you. Because you wouldn't even be able to think it if it wasn't possible. You're then going to write them all down and going to release it to the universe. And just trust that you're ready to receive those desires right now. And then what you're going to do, you're going to do this for the next 30 days. You know, just spending 30 seconds every day on this. You know, don't you think your dreams deserve 30 seconds? You know, so just do this every single day for 30 days, just doing 30 seconds a day. And the more you do it, the more it will help to focus your mind on what you want. Because lots of people, many of the problems that people face when aiming for what they desire is they lose focus. They get distracted by the goings on of everyday life. Let me know who's had that they have a desire and then life just gets in the way. So when you are actually visualizing on a regular basis, especially if you set aside some, you know, definite time each day, it focuses your mind. It trains your mind to focus despite what else is going on. And it's a very conscious, intentional process then. And as you then start staying, you know, as you stay focused, you'll suddenly start spotting opportunities to move even more forward with your goal. You know, I always believe that there's no coincidence. You meet the people that are going to assist you to achieve what you want to achieve. And so opportunities will start flooding to you to enable you to do that. Energy goes where your focus goes. So the more specific you get about, you know, what you want, and the more you visualize it happening, the more those universal energies will align to give you what you want. And if you'd like to know more about how the mind works and how you can use it to get more of what you want, then contact me, because I'm now launching my next round of NLP certification programs. So if you, I mean, this is the most, you know, powerful personal development training that you can come across, but it also gives you some tools if you want to become a coach as well. And if you want to just have an introduction to NLP, if you're kind of like, I'm really curious about NLP, but I'd like to know more about it first, then until tomorrow, I've got an offer on my Fast Track NLP Skills Diploma, just for £97 until tomorrow. So if you want techniques to boost your confidence and that of others, create compelling goals, you know how to trust and communicate with just about anyone, to change unwanted habits, use language effectively in your life, in your business, in your career, especially with sales. Learn some techniques to get in control of your emotions, no matter what life throws your way, and transform your thoughts about what's possible and about how you can use NLP, then I will drop the link in for my NLP Fast Track Skills Diploma. You get a certificate at the end of it too. So that's a bonus as well for that. So like I said, that's £97 until tomorrow. If you're interested in my other NLP training courses, just message me as well. So I hope you've enjoyed that today. Do let me know how you get on with it. I'd love to know what you are manifesting through your visualization process. And I will see you again next week. Have a great weekend. Bye.